Hello everyone, this is Shannon Flummerfelt for Flipped Schools. Welcome to the Understanding Instruction series. This video is for faculty and it's one of 5 in a series, but it'll help you to think about how to find value and waste in instruction and why that's important. So let's start with some definitions. First of all, what is value? Well, value would be defined as any part of instructional delivery, whether it's curriculum, the standards, assessment, the culture, the learning management system that you have, the technology that you use, any part of instructional delivery that is seen by students or whoever your stakeholder of instruction is as worthwhile in their learning. So, for instance, if you were to say, let me go through and take a look and see what I'm doing in this particular module with my students. And, you'd say, well, we're working against these particular standards and this is the curriculum that we've selected. Here's the content that I'll teach them. Here's how I'm going to assess them. Here's what I want to have in terms of a learning culture in my classroom. So here's the technology that I choose to use. Whatever those decisions are, what you'd want to begin to say is, is that actually value added and seen as worthwhile by students? So, for example, you might say, I'm going to require my students to use screencast technology as a demonstration of their mastery of learning. So now what they're doing is they're using flip technology and they're creating a video, not just to report out on what they've done, but to actually use the video to demonstrate to you what it is that they know and they can do. So you might, you'd ask that question and say, is that valuable to students? Is that worthwhile for their learning? Generally you'd probably think, most students would think that using screencast technology as a demonstration of student mastery is in fact a value-added part of instruction. For some it might not be. So again, you ask those questions to try to ascertain where there is value and waste in instructional delivery. So of course, if there's value, then we look at the other side at waste. And basically what you begin to say is, you start to separate things out a little bit. If a part of instructional delivery is valuable and another part is not, well then obviously we don't want to spend time and resources and have you put effort into something and the students put effort into something that is waste and not value. There are some things instructionally that we have to do, that are wasteful, but they're beyond our control. So I'm not talking about that kind of waste. I'm talking about waste over which you as a classroom teacher, as a faculty member, have control of, and that, you can make a decision about whether or not it should be a part of instructional delivery. So waste then would be any part of instructional delivery, again, curriculum, standards, assessment, culture, technology, whatever we want to consider there, that is seen by students or whoever your stakeholder is as not worthwhile for their learning. So waste is not worthwhile, value is worthwhile. And so you start to look at those things, and again, these are things that you have control over in terms of making decisions that are value added, making decisions that get rid of waste. So for example, let's say that you are requiring your students to use screencast technology. You're using a flipped classroom model, and you're using screencast technology as a project activity. All right, now if students already know how to use the technology, if the project activity is just like a report out and so on, it may not be as worthwhile for them as if, for instance, they were to use the screencast technology as a demonstration of mastery. So again, you sort through this. I mean, on the other hand, this example for some students could be value added. It might not be wasteful at all. But those are the questions that you begin to ask as a faculty member, as a classroom teacher, to make sure that whatever we do in this flip environment is really, truly valuable to students and worthwhile for their learning, and not wasting their time and wasting our time and resources and everything else. At any rate, this video, as I mentioned before, is one in a series, so please listen to the whole series if you're interested in learning more. Also, there's more information on the Flip Institute website. You can find that at theflipinstitute.com. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video.